Okay, how many of you have heard of the term squares? I mean, you know what a square shape is, right? A square shape is a shape that has all equal parallel sides, right? Two sets of parallel sides and all of the sides are equal. Does that make sense to you? And 4 90-degree angles in a square, right? So you've seen a square shape before that will look something like that. Okay, that's a small square, but just so you get the idea. Whichever way you go, all these sides are the same, aren't they? Okay, so I could say these sides are equal to 2, couldn't I? Right? I could say that. Does everybody agree that that would be okay? All of the sides could equal 2? Alright. Well, I'm going to teach you something that we talk about in math called squares. You can ignore the shape, even though the shape is related and you'll learn about it later. But I'm not talking about the shape squares when I think about this. But there is a relationship. Okay? Everybody's eyes should be right up front here. Everybody's eyes should be right up front here. Thank you. So when I talk about a square, how many of you have seen something that's written like this before? And a little number at the top. How many of you have seen something that looks like that? Well, the way that we say this number is 2 squared. Okay? 2 squared. Now, if you look, that means 2 times 2. It's 2 times. 2 times 2. Okay? These ones that you're doing here, if you want to know what it looks like, you can also do something that looks like this. So 2 squared, you know, equals 2 times 2, which everybody in here knew equals 4. Everybody agrees with that, right? I'm going to show you something else. You can remember it or you can forget about it, but it's kind of important for what you're doing. You're also going to see numbers that look like this. See how there's a tiny little number at the top? It doesn't have to be a 2. It could be a 3. It could be a 4. It could be a 5. Okay? And this is not 23 because the 3 is teeny tiny. Everybody look right up there so you can see. This means 2 times 2 times 2. Okay? It doesn't mean 23 and it doesn't mean 2 plus 2 plus 2. It means 2 times 2 equals 4 times 2 equals 8. We say this 2 cubed or 2 to the third. So you might hear this 2 to the second. Usually we just say squared for when it's only 2. 2 to the third or 2 with a tiny 3 is 2 cubed. And it means 2 times 2 times 2. And look at this. This one is 2 to the fourth, right? 2 to the fourth, and it's 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. It's 2 4 times. But it's not just adding it. That would just be 8. You can't do that. You know that 2 cubed equals 8, right? So we can just say this is 8. Now we're going to do times 2 equals 16. So 2 to the fourth, 2 to the fourth power, right? This is the power of 2. 2 to the fourth power equals 16. And then 2 to the fifth, we have 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. That's 2 to the fifth power. We can't just add them together. We have to take 2 to the fourth power, right, which we know is 16, and multiply it by another 2, which equals 32. Does that make sense, guys? Does this look like what you did in your math books today? Yeah, it looks very similar. The only thing it didn't write was these. These are called exponents. Sorry, I wasn't looking very carefully when I drew it, but these are called exponents. Okay, you won't hear about them again probably until middle school. All right, maybe even high school. But you're going to need to know about them. You need to know how these 2's work and how they break apart. Okay? So just be thinking about these. And it's not just with 2's. We can do this with any number. Okay, so if you get bored later and you want to think about other numbers that you can do 3 squared, 4 squared. And in fact, your homework tomorrow night is going to have a bit about squares on it. Okay? So you're going to be kind of thinking about that. But I just wanted to explain to you a little bit about what this looks like and where it's going. Okay? So, any questions?